Hello everybody, and welcome back to a new Game News Roundup. We are back with some very sad news, depressing news. The layoffs in the gaming industry are not finished. Microsoft announced it has laid off another 650 employees in its gaming division, better known as Xbox. This is on top of the 1,900 laid off in January of this year, bringing the total up to about, let's see if my math is correct, about 2,550 employees in the Xbox division, which obviously includes Xbox Game Studios, Activision Blizzard, and Bethesda, and all the studios under Bethesda. And also, yes, earlier this year, they did announce they are closing Redfall developer Arkane Austin and Mighty Doom developer Alpha Dog Studios. And at the time, they announced they were also closing Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks. However, it was announced last month that publisher Krafton is acquiring Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP. So overall, they've closed two. In reality, they've closed two studios. I guess you say they sold off Tango Gameworks to publisher Krafton, and they let Toys for Bob, I believe is the Crash Bandicoot 4 developer, become an independent studio, and they did sign a deal with Toys for Bob to develop some game. We don't know what. Maybe new Spyro, new Crash, new something. But we'll probably find out about that in the coming years. But these current layoffs of about 650 employees, the majority of the layoffs this time are at corporate and supporting functions. This is according to Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer, an internal memo which was sent to employees and which was obtained by The Verge. No studios are being closed this time, and no games, devices, or experiences are being canceled. Sounds like the majority of these layoffs are not happening with developers, with the main all of the studios they own. This is more for, as I said, corporate and supporting functions. It's not a huge surprise as Activision Blizzard is being integrated into Xbox. There's a lot of redundancies across all of their main publishing branches with Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard, that they're doing layoffs and they're probably consolidating some of these groups down. I mean, it's always still sad to see. I mean, these layoffs, it sucks to see these layoffs. Any layoffs, no matter how small, how big, it sucks. Because we've seen like I think at this point, it's over 20,000 people in the gaming industry over the last couple of years have been laid off and counting. So, yeah. So, here is the internal memo from Phil Spencer. For the past year, our goal has been to minimize disruption while welcoming new teams and enabling them to do their best work. Okay, that's fine. As part of aligning our post-acquisition team structure and managing our business, we have made the decision to eliminate approximately 650 roles across Microsoft Gaming, better known as Xbox. Mostly corporate and supporting functions to organize our business for long-term success. Restructuring always leads to layoffs. I know that this is difficult news to hear. We are deeply grateful for the contributions of our colleagues who are learning they are impacted. In the U.S., specifically, we are supporting them with exit packages that include severance, extended healthcare, and outplacement services to help with their transition. Outside of the U.S., packages will differ according to the location. So in the U.S., at least, they're getting severance packages of we don't know how much. A month's pay, 3 months' pay, 6 months' pay. I mean, generally speaking, probably around 3 months or so of pay. Extended health care, which usually is like they provide extended paying for their health care for 3 months, 6 months, now they've been laid off. And then outplacement services to help with their transition. I guess maybe helping them find other roles, other jobs, maybe within Microsoft itself or at other companies outside of Microsoft. Hard to say exactly what that means. And then outside the U.S., we'll see what the packages will differ. Maybe longer severance packages, maybe shorter severance packages, maybe none. Extended, well, of course, here's the thing about extended healthcare. Most countries outside of the U.S. have universal/national healthcare systems, so you don't have to worry about getting healthcare insurance outside in most of the world, other than the U.S., which doesn't have a national healthcare system. Unless, if you're wondering, we have something called Medicare, except you have to be 65 in order to use it. basically our national healthcare system, just you have to be 65. And it doesn't cover everything, mind you. But anyways, that's not really part of the topic. Just a note for people like, wait, healthcare packages, if you're outside of the U.S., that's why. With these changes, our corporate and supporting teams and resources are aligned for sustainable future growth. Okay, why lay off these people if you're ready for sustainable future growth? Maybe there'll be new roles, and some of these people are getting laid off. Maybe they'll then be transitioned to these new. I don't know. Potentially, or they'll apply for new jobs. I don't know. Just speculation there. And so yeah. Anyways, and can better support our studio teams and business units with programs and resources that can scale to meet their needs. A lot of these layoffs are also because the Xbox division is under a lot more scrutiny now that it is huge. It is one of the biggest divisions under Microsoft, and I think revenue-wise, it's as big, if not bigger, than Windows. So at the top, the shareholders are looking at Xbox a lot more than they used to, along with, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Separately, as part of running the business, there are some impacts to other teams as they adapt to shifting priorities and manage the life cycle and performance of games. No games, devices, or experiences are being canceled, and no studios are being closed as part of these adjustments. But it does sound like, while the majority of these layoffs are at corporate and supporting areas, there will be some development teams impacted. I guess depending, I say, the life cycle of some games, as some games maybe are winding down and whatnot. Maybe we'll probably hear over the coming days of people coming out, whether on Twitter, other social media, LinkedIn, whatnot, of them being laid off. I'm like, okay, we'll get some better ideas of where everyone is being affected. Throughout our team's history, we've had great moments and we've had challenging ones. Today is one of the challenging days. I know that going through more changes like this is hard, but even in the most trying times, this team has been able to come together and show one another care and kindness as we work to continue delivering for our players. We appreciate your support as we navigate these changes, and we thank you for your compassion and respect for each other. Signed, Phil, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer. So yeah, these suck again. This is on top of the 1,900 laid off in January, for about 2,550 employees laid off across Microsoft's gaming division. And of course, pretty much all big gaming companies have had some kind of layoffs. I believe it was like 900 were laid off at PlayStation. Ubisoft has been closing some smaller teams, laying off employees all over. I think EA, a bunch of companies. And obviously, the biggest one hit, probably even more so than Xbox division, number of layoffs, is Embracer, which was selling off some studios. They were closing so many studios. They were canceling so many games. They grew too fast and didn't have the money to sustain the insane growth that they had. But yeah, this is sad to see. Just thought I would mention this. And if you are affected by these layoffs, please feel free to leave a comment section down below. And best of luck to everyone laid off in this layoff, previous layoffs, and really any job in general. I hope anyone who has been laid off is able to find new work as quickly as possible. And hopefully these severance packages and healthcare and whatever Microsoft is providing will help everyone laid off until they're able to find new work. So, yeah, just thought I'd quickly mention this, go over this. If you enjoy these videos, as always, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe. Sorry, this is so depressing news, but I thought this would be worthy to cover. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Trying to get to 10,000 subs, so yeah, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button as I report on at least as much of the bigger gaming news as possible, if you look at my most recent videos. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you all next time for some more gaming news, gaming sales, and gaming industry information. I'll see you all next time.